last 2 games have helped you guys see just moving with the spirits of this team?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can win, especially during this time of the year, it's uplifting, and it kind of breeds confidence into the things that you've been trying to get across and the things that you've been working on. And so, any win right now is a good win that will definitely lift us.
You see it with the fans and the roller coaster that they're on. Do you feel like sometimes the players can be on that same roller coaster with them?
Yeah, but they're human, and so they want it. I mean, people don't understand how bad we want to win and how bad, or how much we want to do this thing, and not just for ourselves, but for families and friends and the fans.
How about in terms of just participation today? I know you got some guys banged up, and I saw Trey out there trying to shoot. Looked like he really just doing flat-footed work for him.
Yeah, I don't know what Trey did. I was upstairs, but he did not participate in practice today. Sasha did not participate in practice today, but I think everybody else did participate in practice.
How encouraged are you by the spray threes recently? Not just coming from Fox, Malik, and Domas, but guys attacking closeouts or offensive rebounds?
Very, very encouraged. We have to play that way. I've said that before. We got to be able to touch the paint, spray the basketball. We can touch the paint in a lot of different ways. It's not just off the dribble drive. It's offensive rebound. It's a cut, getting a nice scoring cut that collapses the defense because you got to help from the weak side. It's a roll, a hard roll off the pick and roll. There's a lot of different ways that we can impact that paint and the ball gets sprayed. And for us to get up around 20 a game is something that we're looking for. And these last 2 games, we've been right where we need to be, and it's evident with the way that we're shooting from the 3-point line.
And on the other end, you guys have had that physicality, but a decent amount of fouls these last 2 games. What's the balance for you of being encouraged, but also trying to clean that up?
Well, I'd rather be more physical and try to scale back than to be the other way with it. So, the game is called physical on both ends of the floor. We just hope that we get the benefit of the doubt, just like the other team does when it comes to calling the game, because our physicality is, in my opinion, in the same realm as everybody else's. So I want our guys to stay aggressive, keep leading, trying to lead with their chest, and see what happens at the end of the day.
Your guys' defense the last couple of games looked pretty good. I'm curious what's, going back and watching the tape, what's popped out to you with the defense?
Our physicality, first of all, and I think our players understand that and feel that. Our pick and roll defense has been a lot better these last couple of games. Our communication level has been at a pretty high level since I've been here. I mean, we communicated very well, especially in the Milwaukee game. Like I said, usually when you're not communicating well, guys are getting open shots or you're committing 2 guys to the ball, and we didn't have much of that in either of these last 2 games. And then lastly is our ability to get the 3-point shooters. Austin Reeves obviously started the game hot last 2 nights ago, and he was the reason why they shot a pretty high percentage. If you take his threes out, which obviously you can't, but the rest of the team shot around 34, at best 35% from the 3-point line. So we let them get loose a little early, but after that, I felt our contests, especially on everybody else, were at a pretty high level.
The Knicks play with a lot of physicality. What do you expect from this Knicks team? Like, what are you preparing your guys for?
What you said, the level of physicality is at a high level, and so we have to match and or exceed that on both ends of the floor. And then, they like to get out and run now, and they'll let that thing fly behind the 3-point line. So, we do too. So we think that's going to be great for us, to play a fast-paced game and hopefully to shoot a lot of threes. We're going to need to get to their 3-point shooters, get them off the line while making sure that we protect the paint at the end of the day. But the most important thing is taking care of the ball, because they're going to be slapping down at the ball quite a bit, whether it's off of DHOs or digging in the post or off of somebody driving in terms of helping. And then making sure that we just hit the open man. And sometimes it's a short drive to a push ahead and let that guy make the play. We do those things, and I feel we'll have a chance.
What do you think has allowed your team to be good at keeping opponents off the offensive glass, and how important will that be against New York?
Our guys are doing a pretty good job of keeping bodies on bodies. We always tell our guys, hey, check your man to see if he's coming in, and if he is, box him out. If it's a long shot, then instead of taking a step towards the glass, take a step towards your guy, because long shots usually equate to long rebounds. And then again, you have to have a level of physicality when it comes to rebounding, and our guys are bringing that to the table. Obviously, when you have a guy like Domas, he can clean up a lot for you, but we just don't want to rely on him to get it done.
Are you saying anything about, I mean, I remember, the evolution of this team as a physical team, and sometimes when the other team is a little more physical, they can tend to go the other way a little bit. But what are you seeing in terms of strides made, and are there things that you emphasize on your teams to make them be a hit-first team or something like that?
No, we're making strides, and we're making strides in the right direction, and that's something that, short term obviously will help us out, but long term, that's where we need to be as an organization. We need to be a team, an organization, however you want to call it, that hits first and that does not back down or shy away from contact. And it's something that I've tried to emphasize from day one. This year our identity, we'd love it to be playing fast, playing physical, and playing together at the end of the day. And those three things can take you a long way, whether you're making shots or missing shots. And our guys, I feel that they're really starting to understand that and bring that to the table on a regular basis. And the more consistent we can get with it, the better we're going to be.
Coach,
long term and short term.
Coach, you guys have been one of the best teams scoring off the DHO action. Obviously this season, and going back to last season as well. And a big part of that has been Domantas' ability to set very, very effective screens. What does he kind of bring to the table as a screen setter that makes him so effective in that action and make you guys so effective in that action?
Right, I tell you what, he understands angles very well, and he understands pace, and so getting in and out of the DHO at the right time, knowing that the game's more physical, guys are allowed to push a little bit more, guys are allowed to slap down a little bit more, and so having the ability to handle the ball while getting in and out of the screen at the right time when you do a DHO is huge. It's hard to teach. Especially at the level that Domas can do it at, but he's been gifted. Probably inherited a lot from his dad, got a lot of those genes passed down from his dad, but he's been gifted with that ability, and he's taken it for us as a team to another level.
Coach, what's kind of the vibe of the team right now? Kind of an up and down season with some losses you certainly wish you could get back, and now coming off two really impressive wins against some really good teams. What's kind of the vibe down the final stretch?
Yeah, like I said, I think guys understand that we have to be physical, we have to play fast, we have to continue spraying the basketball, we have to talk. We just need to do all those things I mentioned, especially what our identity is at a high level on a consistent basis. And every win, no matter who it is, who it's against, is a good win for us at this point in the year. And if you want to start, a trajectory at this point in the season, you hope it goes this way. So going through the ups and downs, it's part of the season. You don't like it. You don't necessarily like to go through it, but sometimes it's necessary. I'm a firm believer that in life, if you ever want to have success, very seldom do you have success without hitting any speed bumps or without hitting any adversity. You learn best when you hit adversity, or you learn best when you hit those speed bumps. And so for us, it was much needed, and hopefully we've learned a lot from it, and now it can show a little bit with our consistency down the stretch and going into the playoffs.
Anything else for Coach?